Hello everybody, this is Sarah Perry's Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly Psychic Astrology Tarot for the 4th of January to the 10th, 2021. Happy New Year to everybody. Please do check your rising sign, sun sign and moon sign, as it may resonate with you more, and if it doesn't this week, then check in next week. And thank you for all of your support over the last year and your continual. If you like this vlog, please like, share and subscribe. And for private readings, just go on down to the website. Everything is in the description box. There is still opportunity to grab a subscription for 12 months at half price. So what do we got here for you, Aries? Now, in general, I'm seeing a shift, and I saw this in the general reading as well, so do check out that. It may feel a bit of a shock factor though, so this is going a little bit deeper than what I saw in the general reading, because there was a lot of emphasis on Arian energy and getting in preparation for when your sign kicks in. You may have a realization, a wake-up call this week that you have been the victim of a circumstance, or even a victim of yourself. Or think, actually, I should have made this move a long time ago and I'm not going to be bullied anymore into something. There's definitely a major shift. It could be a physical shift. You may have been holding back moving jobs, moving your actual house, moving away from someone, moving in with somebody. I would say this is more about moving away than moving in, although I do see fulfillment in relationships. But again, I feel this is more because you're understanding a block where relationships are concerned and love. This could be a slow process. Realise that, accept that. It may not happen overnight, although when you want to do it, the energy will be fast, if that makes sense. So you may make the sudden decision to make the change and move forwards because you realise you're not being valued enough, or you want more value in your life. But the process may be a slow one to get as it moves, as you progress. But it will be consistent. And I do see a lot of luck on your side this week, things turning around in your favour, karma being highlighted and positive results. So if you're waiting for some kind of results, I do see positive ones. And I am getting a kind of little highlight around health issues, although I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to profess to be anything to do with the medical profession and always go and get advice. I do feel for some of you out there could be some positivity rather than the negative option that you thought. I am seeing a woman with a man in a waiting room waiting, and it's to do with the female, particularly. I'm getting somebody, Margaret, I'm getting the name for. So if you are anybody out there who is called Margaret, who is waiting for some results, and I'm getting somewhere near Northamptonshire or somewhere beginning with N. Okay, I do see some kind of positive energy coming. It's all about divine timing, everything working in exactly the right. And if you do get a positive result, anyone out there, you may suddenly reflect and think, oh my God, I really allowed this to take me over, or I listened to someone else's opinion, or I allowed myself to get worried about something, or it's made me realise what I'm not doing. The positivity can be the turnaround in your life, not just a positive result. It could be the result of what you do after you get a result, if that makes sense. Okay, so however it works for you, that's great, but don't make it work for you. Okay, now money and career. I do see a little bit of injection of cash coming in, a little sideline job maybe, or something that gives you an extra bonus, maybe something you invested in a while ago. Maybe if you do YouTube channels or something, or you get a payment from some kind of royalty, or somebody just gives you back some money. I don't feel like this is necessarily a bonus as in a pay rise, okay, or moving into a new job, or someone just giving you some cash just willy-nilly. This feels like from expansion. It feels like from a journey that you've taken, something that is expanding in itself. So it was already happening. So again, if it's someone paying you back, it's because it was owed, and it's just that they've expanded, that life's moved on and things have changed, and then they're able to give it back. I do see female influences very, very high around career and money issues, okay, especially Sagittarians. All right, so they could maybe bring you some great ideas. Maybe they do. You yeah, you have a discussion, or you're talking about partnership with somebody or moving forwards, and you get some great information which helps you expand your horizons financially and on a career front. Let go of the doubts, just be positive right now. And when you do doubt, look at yourself, because it's the self that is something within you that is causing the doubt, not from the outside. Okay, it's a trigger. Now, again, I did talk about relationships. I feel with that there is fulfillment here, like with the results I talked about in general, something positive coming. But I feel like this is something you've been waiting to do or hold back doing, and suddenly you get your opportunity. So if you've been wanting to move forwards with somebody and there's been a block, or maybe you've been wanting to move away from somebody, it's a little bit like the cat that's got the cream. It's like, finally, it's my turn, you know. Yeah, great, perfect timing. And you can overcome something, and you can do something for you for a change. Hello, Taurus. Happy New Year to you. Now, this week, I feel like you're putting or you're throwing aside the protective areas. Now, I don't mean that in a negative way, or, you know, a frivolous way. It's almost like you're letting go of the self-protection a little bit more. You're releasing the locks on the chain this week, and you're going to see something quite important in yourself, where healing is concerned, and how you can achieve some specific result. Now, this could be a dream, something you've been wishing for, and suddenly you realise, yes, this is possible, but I have to look to myself more. So you may be considering, you know, a complete change of direction. If you're in a relationship, that suddenly you have to go, you know, go right instead of left. You've got to do things differently from now on. And I do feel this is about the self, new beginnings. I do see a goal coming in that's in sight that you feel like you could just like reach out and grab. And they're saying, Spirit is saying to you, you know, just stay in your flow. Know it's going to happen, but let go of being held back as well. I did talk about in the main reading about understanding who is the puppeteer, or who has been pulling your strings, or who's maybe been influencing, or what has been influencing you. And maybe, you know, other people can say things, do things. You know, we can be taken in by stuff on social media, or what we read, or on the news. But ultimately, it's ourself that puts up those barriers, because we still have a choice as to whether we believe. And I feel like this is a kind of wake-up call week for you, where you realise you can't go down a certain route for any more than you have, and that there's quite a lot of, like I say, healing is happening in you. And I feel like you're kind of waking up to you. You're like going, yeah, I get this now. And I think this new direction that's coming, especially around relationships, is going to happen very quickly. You're going to realise it. So I've got this with Aries as well. It's kind of a sudden realisation, or sudden change. But again, there's this slow process. It's like, you know, that, say, for instance, you decided that you want to take things in a different direction with somebody, that, you know, you've split up with them and you want to get back together, and you know it's going to be a slow process getting things back on track, but you decide very quickly it's what you want. You know, it's that kind of thing. Or you've been living with somebody for years, and married for 30 years, with lots of children running around and lots of assets, and you decide, you know, it's not what you want. You feel better about yourself. You know what's been holding you back. You're not afraid anymore, but you know it could be a slow process, divorcing and that kind of thing. There's a lot of power behind whatever you decide, and I feel like spontaneity is really good for you this week, because Taurians aren't really noted for this kind of, you know, you might be spontaneous, but you would be more grounded in, or probably more structured in what you do, because you're a very grounded, organised kind of, you know, sign. And you would be looking at comfort and security rather than kind of doing anything too way out of the ordinary. You'd want to know that, you know, everything's good everywhere. But so this kind of energy, for some of you might already be like that anyway, you know, with other signs in your chart. That's what you need to check out. Maybe your rising or your moon sign will have you more spontaneous. But I feel this is, you must trust, if it is something that you don't normally do, like you suddenly go, yeah, let's do it. Don't start doubting that. The confirmation from this reading, the message from this reading is trust it. Yes, it might be a slow process. You could look at all the pros and cons, and yes, there are going to be a lot of cons along the way, maybe, but you will ultimately get there. And I think once you've made the decision, things will be quite smooth ride. Like say, go with the flow, get in the flow, because once you're in that flow, it's going to happen. Now, money and work, there seems to be some kind of ending here as well. So it could be the ending of a partnership, walking away from a job, maybe start, but I'm seeing 2 new beginnings coming from it. So one door closing in your life, and it may not actually be a working closure, it could be a relationship closure or something else, opens up 2 new beautiful paths coming in. It could be, that you lost out on one job and then 2 other offers come in, something doesn't happen, or you end up, everything closes down, the job finishes or the contract, but then you get 2 better offers. It's very inspirational time. I really think you must trust that inspirational time. And again, I've got divine timing for you as well. So it seems to be a repeat trend coming up. I think this is connecting very much with all the other, all the general readings as well. That everything is kind of, it's a very important week for change and very positive for you around work. Okay, so if you are questioning, I really don't want to do this anymore, I would really listen to that. Okay, and don't worry about the money. I feel like the creativity will see you through, and I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity coming from it. Hello, Gemini. So this week, 3 new beginnings. Okay, it's like, maybe someone's going to have triplets. I do have children here. So maybe you have 3 children and suddenly there's 3 pregnancies happening, or 3 children are born, or there's definitely 3 things beginning, and could be ideas being born. I feel that organisation is going to be needed. So that, that says it all. It could be, if suddenly all 3 new things happen, 3 opportunities happen at the same time, or you've got to start 3 things, you may have to organise the kids a bit better, or things around you. It may show you better management. It could be 3 offers and you've suddenly got to go, 3 commissions. What am I going to do with this? All at once, I'm going to have to work my time better. So it's a little bit like it's going to be quite an important managing week, but I want you to be positive and see life as this week as a kind of new week of opportunities, and new options. There's a lot of temptation here around you. I feel like I'm going to look at that a little bit closer. It's interesting, another new beginning. I feel this is more about people trying to take you away from what you want, okay? Because looking at the main reading, if you go and listen to that, it does talk about the puppeteer and, your strings being pulled and stuff, and there may be some jealousy around, or people not wanting you to do things. So really do listen to your own opinion and think about fulfillment more than anything this week. What's going to be fulfilling? If there's 3 options on the table and you aren't able to do them all, and you're going to have to refocus things and change things up, then think about what's going to be best for you. This is a breakthrough week for you. Now, as far as love is concerned, I do see a lot more balance. I do see things more open. Okay, so if you're looking to date, obviously not if you're on restriction, but maybe online, or maybe people have been a bit stubborn lately and you haven't been able to communicate properly. I do see things much more balanced. Let go of your doubts, okay? Because you may be questioning, this has happened before. It's always happens, and it doesn't really work out for me, or they keep changing. I feel like this is good change, and I think this is coming from the full moon. Okay, the energies of the full moon, helping things along. And I do see that your doubts, it could be for you that your doubts kind of stop. You find it more balanced. You see a more balanced outlook for the love and relationships and family harmony, that kind of thing. I've got the unicorn here, and this to me is the sign of a miracle. Miracles do happen. Things can change. People can change. So just, although there could have been disasters in the past, there could have been family relationships or relations going on that haven't worked, I feel like this, we saw 3 new beginnings. Maybe that's it. 3 new starts. People really want to start and find their way forwards. Again, I've got speed here. It's like that could be the doubt. It comes in so fast, someone changes their mind. You're like, oh, they like me now. Or, oh, I really feel ready. And then you're questioning, maybe you've lost somebody or you're grieving someone and you're it's a bit fast for you to be dating, in that mind. Geminis do have conversations with themselves quite a lot, remember. So stop. Stop arguing with yourself. Realise who you're arguing with. It could be, again, yourself that is the own puppeteer in this, or is holding on to the strings, or your other half, your twin self. Balance it out. If you're going to have an argument with yourself, don't battle, just have a debate and decide which weighs up the best, which is more beneficial to you, what's going to be more fulfilling in the long term. Now, money and career, I feel like you're not going to see something coming, a change of pattern happening, or you may not see a familiar pattern, okay? You are going to be given signs, though, very clear signs. So do keep your eyes open and don't block things out or avoid things. Be open to learning this week where career and money is concerned, because there's a lot of fateful energy around. Again, we had the unicorn there, that's showing miracles. It could be that you start seeing temptations or what you get pulled into or dragged into or influenced by. And it's very, very much around your career life and your finances. Now, I say finances is linked to everything, okay? So start connecting the dots in your whole life. Be ready, be open, be youthful in your way, be the child, be curious, and be prepared for what you are shown, okay, this week, because I feel there are some very, very important signs to help you move forwards. Hello, Cancer. Happy New Year. Now, this week, I feel like you're going to be throwing out the lightweights. That's the first message that came in. The people that aren't carrying the load, who aren't sharing, who aren't in balance or in tune with your harmonies, out they go. Let go of your doubts, okay, in general. I feel like the full moon energy is with you still, and it will shine upon you for the next couple of weeks or so. It's like the repercussions of the full moon, should I say, and it was in your sign, and I feel like it's been good for you. You're being shown how to celebrate more, celebrate life. Now, I don't mean that you're all walking around with like misery guts or looking at the worst in life. In fact, I think you're quite a positive sign. I think it's just you may be afraid to celebrate because of other people, because you care too much, or you're doubting whether you should go ahead with something or not this week. Think about your well-being, what's good for your well-being, because what you are showing, or by being yourself in the best way you can, is showing other people how to be that as well. And I do think you're going to have a lot of influence on people in a good way. There's a lot more of a secure feeling this week, and I am seeing a lot of peace and more creativity around you as well. So be open to inspiration, and if you have an opportunity to be creative in any way, then I would definitely do it. I do feel we're going to be mingling with more people this week as well, and you'll be open to caring and sharing, but like I said, when some don't come forwards, it's like, it's not an angry thing, like you're kind of pushing away angry, it's just, it's done and it's done, it's like, well, no, I don't need you on board, you tomorrow I'll let you go, I won't be calling you anymore, and you just kind of make this calm decision in your own head. Now, there could be someone returning this week where your career and work are concerned, someone coming back into your life. I am seeing a child returning as well, or it's like a child prodigy, they're saying. Maybe somebody who is just younger than you in years, or someone is returning to the fold, the family business, a child. I do also see a Leo energy, or something that was connected to last year around end of July, August time. And also it's going to bring a lot of expansion. It could open up doors abroad for you, international contacts where work is concerned, and it could also be very much a surprise. I don't feel that you would expect this return. It could be just the return of yourself, the return of your own childlike dreams, okay, coming in. Because I do see a decision being made where you're realising somebody else is stressing you out, is controlling you, or you feel kind of cornered by them a lot. And I see this spontaneity in yourself and taking on that Leo energy where you kind of decide, no, I'm going to expand. I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to stay where I am. So this could be a job where someone's kind of tempting you with a pay packet, a pay rise, but you know that you're not happy and it's the, you know, you just don't want to stay anymore and you've already made that decision. But this week you stop doubting it and you just get on with it. You are going to be thinking about what is good for your children this week, where work is concerned, your family, what's good for yourself and your soul, you know. So it is about like, no, I've got to take control now. I'm going to start, you know, being the leader as well. So that's important around work. But it is an expansive time for you. And I do feel if you've got that opportunity, then do it. You know, step outside your comfort zone where work is concerned, because I feel the money will come in. And again, you might reignite with a childhood dream that you'd lost, you know, and get an opportunity to revisit that and suddenly make a decision that, you know, everything that your family wanted you to do, always expected of you, it wasn't what you wanted to do at all. You know, you never really got the opportunity to see where something went, and this week could be the week. I do see 2 goals being made during this week where relationships are concerned. It could be something you decide in your marriage with a partner, what you want to do. Again, it could be a career decision. There has been a block, and I think it's the loyalty to yourself has actually been the block, but it's also been linked to being the leader and actually taking the leadership. It's a bit of a mixed bag there, because by not taking leadership, you're kind of denying yourself, if that makes sense, but you've been almost afraid to do it because maybe you felt that was being selfish or controlling. I don't know, but it's a strange mix here. It's like the loyalty to others. Maybe it's like you wanted to take over a role with a relationship, or maybe you want to take things in a new direction, but you felt like the other person didn't really want to do it, or you didn't want to upset them, you know, that kind of thing. So you've been kind of loyal to them and not yourself. Maybe you've realised that someone's disloyalty to you has been blocking your goals, and now you're going to take leadership of that. But again, there's this speedy energy coming in for this. It's like this decision, but there's a revelation with this. Something is going to show you very clearly what is necessary, and I do see 2 important things opening up where you want to go, where relationships and love are concerned. So even if you're single, it could be you haven't been considering your own needs, and that's why relationships haven't taken off, because you've just been allowing somebody else to take the lead all the time because you haven't believed in yourself. Simple as that. Maybe you realised what other people thought you should, you know, you've taken in, say, for instance, oh, well, I can't be with that star sign because, you know, we're not compatible, so you've never gone with them, you know. But actually, and so you denied yourself a relationship with somebody just because of what you saw written in a book, you know. It's that kind of thing. So this is the return of your belief system as well, you know, in general. And I feel like you need to celebrate more. Just think about what's right for you, and that will bring you the security you're looking for. Hello, Leo. Happy New Year. I hope everything is good for you at the start of 2021. Now, this week, I'm seeing a big change where you offload a lot of burdens. It's kind of time to make the change. This is the 5-year, so very important from that respect. So you're connecting with that changeable energy. Somebody could return in your life this week, or someone making a return. I have got Virgo energy around this. It could just be that feeling of the home fires burning. That's what I'm getting, or maybe good health even. Or an earth sign, or a feeling of security. There could be the return of something that was happening around mid-August to mid-September time that didn't take off last year. There seems to be a chance that has to be taken this week. You may be put into a position where it's like, do I, don't I? Win or lose kind of thing, because I'm seeing the rolling of a dice. And I do see success though. So if, for instance, something comes up where it's like coming back together with somebody, allowing someone a second chance, although I'm not seeing second, well, I am actually, yeah, relationships, I'm seeing second chances here. I feel like it could be a long, steady climb. There will be issues to sort out. There may be some big hurdles. You know, it's let's, for example, say somebody, you separated from somebody because they had an addiction and they've gone off to rehab, and you're letting them back in the fold, and lots of things have changed and you've been carrying a lot of burdens, worrying and stuff, and they come back in and it's like it's a chance. Do I take them back or not? You know, the love's still there. And you realise, and I do, you know, but I do feel there's some things to iron out. That's all I'm going to say. But I think if you see it through, you could make it work. This is a possibility, all right? It could be a job situation. I'm seeing new beginnings around work. It feels like it's less effort. You're more of a leadership role. So if this is something returning that was taken from you, or maybe you went on furlough around that time, or maybe it was another month. You know, I did pick up 2006, so go and have a look around there and what was going on around the Virgo time, mid-August to mid-September. I'm getting the 13th and the 15th as important numbers for you this week as well. But it feels like the tables are kind of turned a bit, that you don't need to take on all the responsibility now, that you can now make the change. It feels very much like divine timing, and that now you're in a place where you can look at your own needs rather than just following the terms and conditions as such. You know, it's like when you really need a job and you've just started out and you're the newbie, you know, and you have to start from the bottom up. You kind of have to really follow the rules and learn all the skills and everything. And then you get to the top and you've got all the life experience and you know what you're doing. It's like you have, and someone's coming to you and begging for you to come to the role, then you have more command. So you may be offered, you know, you may find that there's a management job on offer. There's definitely fateful energy around you this week, and I do see an ending of a cycle as well. It's going to be very significant around your career and money work, life, but it's about not putting in I think it's important to put effort in if you want something, you know, because when we really want something, we're motivated, but it's like not trying too hard, not trying to be recognised so much, knowing your own leadership, knowing your own inner power. And I feel that this ending, or anything that ends this week around money or career, there is a new beginning there waiting. But again, it could be to do with this thing that happened around the Virgo time, or it could be coming from a Virgo person. So relationship wise is also got the return there, you see, and I do see a commitment, and it's a second chance, but this will be expansive. Okay, so like I said, it will work, but it may take a little bit of ironing out. You know, if you've had a lot of issues with somebody, there's been a lot of problems. Don't just brush it under the carpet. Yes, it is a chance to take, because everything can go wrong. And a lot of conversations I have, you know, for readings and that, you know, I'll see like a new job come up or a new relationship. They go, no, I'm not going back there because it all went wrong before. And I hear myself saying, like a broken record, yeah, but it went wrong before, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen now. Because when it's the right time, and when someone's learned and you've learned and everything is settled, and, you know, after the year that we've had, things do change. People change because they experience different things and they wake up. And that's often the learning in itself. But I do see relationships expansive, but it's definitely that sense of second chance love. You know, maybe you had a one love and they died, or, they went off with someone else and you thought that was never going to happen. And then you get another chance of love, or you never thought you'd find love, and you've been single for years, and suddenly something comes in and it's really, really special. But the expansive side of it is important. But also it could be somewhere abroad, or maybe somewhere, you know, or an international connection, or maybe someone who travels a lot. It could be a Sagittarius sign. But there is this feeling of return. A return of something this week, a return of love, a return so that you can do. So don't give up. Really, really keep the faith, okay? Because I feel like this time it is going to work. Hello, Virgo! Happy New Year! So this week I've got love, hearts, a loving energy around you. So don't block it. Don't avoid it. If someone is offering you the hand of friendship or doing something loving, Do accept it. There could be a return for you as well, just like Leo, something coming back into your life, especially around relationships. But this is more creative. It is a sense of spontaneity, something more that you what you want. Maybe it's just a return of your heart, that you've been sad for a long time and you've been missing someone, and suddenly your heart is fulfilled again. But I feel this is in general. I feel the more creative you are, the more fun you focus on this week, the more abundant you're going to be, because there is a really wonderful flow around you this week and a moving energy. So don't hide yourself away, be open to spontaneity, be open to wonderful surprises. This is a lovely reading for you this week. Now I've got the Aries sign coming up. This could be somebody that you don't want to move forwards with, or you're kind of not seeing it coming in, because it could just be that you're just not seeing what's happening, because there is this wonderful sudden unexpected situation that happens, somebody bringing you a gift, or the universe bringing you a gift of love of some kind, or moving forwards. But it's interesting with the Aries energy, because I talked about it in the main reading about the preparation for the Aryan time coming in. And Aries is really focused, it's the self, it's about the will and that kind of thing. And the saying is, listen, trust yourself this week. Things are moving forwards, and anything could happen at any time. Like I say, there's a lot of abundant, playful, fun energy around you. Around work, there's definitely a new beginning on the cards, and there is a female link to this. Now remember, this doesn't resonate with all of you. It could be that you are the female, and you're a female Virgo, and there's new beginnings around you, particularly rather than the male. But I do feel this is around somebody, or this is linked to something in career, or somebody that you may doubt. And I'm seeing a woman in management, or somebody who's got quite a lot of power, maybe money, maybe who is known, got a big reputation in her field, closes a lot of deals, that kind of thing, has quite a lot of power over the way things move forwards. Is could be the person offering you this new deal, or there's something that comes together with this person that you didn't think was going to happen, okay? Because there is this sense of doubt, and it's either you don't like the person, or their pattern, because I've got a familiar pattern happening here, but actually I feel like this one is going to be resolved. Whatever is going on with somebody at work, like again, it could be a female particularly, that's the energy I'm picking up, awful females listening. There's something that you would be doubting, or somebody, and it's because of what they keep doing. It's just a repeat pattern. It just keeps being put on the table and it's not happening. But this time it gets sorted, and I do see peace of mind. So if you're waiting for someone to come through, maybe you're waiting to hear from somebody about a job, maybe you've helped somebody out financially and they never seem to get back to you, and they keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you're kind of stressing around it, because I do feel it's caused you a lot of stress and a headache. And it could be that they are constantly, you're helping them out because they're ill, but this time something happens, you get peace of mind, something is kind of coming together and feeling complete. So that's really, really exciting, especially around your love and work, your work situation. But your love situation is just wonderful. I've just got a lot of good energy. So again, don't shut off from something just because it's happened a lot of times. Be open, think about what you want, and if your heart is in it and it's everything you want, then go for it, because I really do see positive results coming for you, and a lot of flow of abundance, and this sense of shifting forwards, and getting into preparation for something that's really going to start taking off. So fantastic week for you, Virgo. Hello Libras, Happy New Year. Now this week there is a big shift. You could be moving house, you could be in the really into the move now, or getting things going. I feel like you're doing things for you this week. There could be something that shifts, that again, I've got Leo energy taking the lead, but also this could be things start moving. Maybe you put your house on the market around mid-August, mid-July, mid-August time, which is the Leo time, or you were dealing with someone who was a Leo, and it was something you really wanted, and this week it starts moving. Again, I've got divine timing, so I feel like this is the week for things to come about. There's an awful lot coming up in the press at the moment about, something happening on the 6th, and things being exposed. So maybe this is the week for you as well. Maybe it's just a general energy that is coming in. It does feel quite a powerful week all round, and I do feel like you could really set a new goal, or you could reach a goal. You're definitely in a powerful place. Okay, it's like you're in the tiger energy. You're stepping up to the mark. Maybe you're going to make something move, that hasn't been happening, and you start taking control of the reins, because that's that Leo, I'm in charge, I'm thinking about, you're focused, you're motivated, and you're moving forwards. Now in love, there is a sense of understanding or realizing anger in yourself or someone else, something you've been holding on to. Now, if you don't know that, I'm telling you now, if it's you, that maybe that is an issue, or stopping the flow, or maybe it's been affecting your health where relationships are concerned, or the well-being of a relationship. It could be that you're holding on to something and you just can't trust anymore, but actually it's not even worth holding on to anymore. Or it could be somebody else is affecting you because they're just angry all the time, and it's causing your mind to be upset, or it's messing with your head. Okay. Again, creativity comes in here, and I've seen this with a lot of signs. It's this kind of youthfulness and playfulness. I've got this definitely around your career and money area. So I would definitely go and have a play this week. Take control of things that are good for you. Focus on being the leader of yourself and getting into that flow. Because I do feel, that is going to release any pent-up emotion. It's going to help you detach from other people's anger as well, or them projecting onto you. Where work is concerned, I'm seeing a lot more playful terms. I'm seeing a lot of laughter as well, and new beginnings as well, a sense of being the child or being new at something. Maybe you're starting a new job, maybe something comes through that you can really get your teeth into, but I do see a lot of fun around that. Don't be stubborn, join in, okay? If someone wants to come and play. I feel like you need to be more playful around your money situations, be more creative. Think like, if you're a child, right, and you were given £5 or £1, I remember back in the day, you got, I think actually it was 10 pence. I think we got 10 pence for sweets. And, or we go up, that was our pocket money. And that just seems ludicrous now, 10 pence, where is that going to go? But we used to think, oh yeah, I'm going to go down, and we'd go down and buy all these penny sweets. And I'm not encouraging you to buy lots of sugary food, but it was the joy that we got about, picking out the different colours and the different flavours and how long we were going to take to eat them. I mean, as a child, everything is just fun, isn't it? Obviously, unless you're having a terrible time, but you generally look at things as, it could be as simple as a cardboard box, and you have fun out of it. And this is what you're being encouraged to do, where your finances are concerned and your work is concerned, because I feel like you're holding back on something. Maybe it's something that you could buy, or an investment, and Spirit is saying, look, stop, just relax a bit. The more creative you are, the more open you are, the things are going to move faster. And I feel like you're the one, or somebody even, it could be, maybe you're holding back because you don't want to, I'm not going to do that because so-and-so did that to me. That's the anger we're seeing in the relationships. And then you're actually preventing yourself from growing. You're preventing things from moving forwards. Okay, so think, if someone has done you wrong in job, or something didn't work out, look at it and say, right, okay, what can I learn from this? As a child, how would a child look at this? And again, I'm not saying be immature, it's just that kind of innocence, that curiosity. Go in with that sense of, well, let's have a go. Let's put it out there. If someone puts a contract in front of you, think, well, okay, well, let's see if it goes wrong. What's the worst that could happen? And the thing is, the worst has probably already happened in most cases. It's just your experience of the worst that is stopping you having the best. That's the block. But that was in the past. So it's time to have some fun. Start something new. Start being more playful, because everything's got so serious, you know. And I understand with the pandemic and everything and the fear and all this, I get that. But there is time to, you know, this is a week to move forwards. This is a week to make a shift. This is a week to let go of all the anxiety and, you know, play just a little bit. Just explore, you know, have an adventure. See each day as something new. And I think you're going to find that everything will start releasing and things will start moving forwards a lot, much more quicker. Hello Scorpio, happy new year. Hello to all my fellow Scorpios out there. It's lovely to talk to you today. Now this week is a very abundant week. It's very open, it's very honest, and I do think that you are going to be quite clear about what you want, what you really, really wish for. And maybe you've been afraid to really wish because things have been such a struggle of late. But I do see things coming into kind of a certain sense of balance. The foundation's feeling a lot stronger, you know. You walk out in the morning and you feel, yeah, the earth's strong. I'm being supported here, you know. I actually feel like the universe is supporting me. I haven't got all the answers quite yet. I'm not quite understanding where that's going, but hey, you know, this is looking good. And it's just being aware of those tiny little things kind of falling into place. And I do see positive motivation, a sense of more control coming in, and your patience paying off. There's a lot of positivity in being the leader, okay? I feel if you are leading a program, if you are going to put something out there, maybe start a new brand or something, I feel like this could be a very good week for it. You know, speaking your truth. Maybe you're in communications or social media, you know, like I am. You know, it's like get it out there and say what's on your mind. And I don't mean kind of can't start arguments, but I think that when it's loving truth, I think it will have an effect. Seeing a lot of money, abundance coming this week to bring you stronger foundations. So there could be a massive breakthrough in work. It seems to be an ending, maybe where something you loved is ending in work. Maybe there's an ending with a relationship at work. But I'm also feeling renewal because there's a breakthrough. It could be that you renew something, it's reborn, or, you know, it's an end of a really dull, difficult cycle and work starts improving, you know. Or you realise you do something you're passionate about and suddenly it just really works. You know, there's this massive breakthrough energy from it, and you realise that you've come through the dark side. You're now into the better times and things are stronger foundational wise. I do see progress where work and money is concerned, and I'm also seeing fulfillment as well. But that's the block in itself, okay? If you're not doing something that's fulfilling or good for you, then you know, it's not going to work out. You're going to get the challenges. So it's like, dare I say, don't focus on the money, but if you're kind of just only doing something because it's going to bring you money, it's not necessarily going to bring you fulfillment. So focus on what you love first. The people will come, the money will come, and things will become, you know, the foundations will start falling into place, if that makes sense. But if you are just chasing the coins and the cash, you know, you start thinking, oh yeah, this was really fun. Oh my God, I could do this, I could do that, I can make so much money out of it. Suddenly it kind of changes, you know. It's like when I do a painting, if I'm not enjoying it because I'm just thinking I'm doing it because I know it's going to pay me some money at the end of it, and I'm kind of pushing that, I'm like kind of losing the essence of the actual and the quality of the work that comes out, and I don't really enjoy it so much. It's like, you know, doing, I don't know, it's like a factory situation, you know, everything's like, got to get this out before the first, and then the fun of the enjoyment, love of it completely changes. Now, there is luck around relationships. I feel a lot of a calmer approach, and fate is stepping in for many of you, where you have the chance to press the button where you feel like you've got the control again, and it's better for you. Do you know what I mean? It's the control over what's good for you. Some of you may have been in relationships or without a relationship where you felt like you were having to follow the rules. Now, in the main reading, if any of you listen to it, there is a lot about, you know, who's pulling your strings, who's the manipulator, realising that you've been caught up by other influences, what you've been thinking, your mindset, you know, other people's opinions, that kind of thing, or maybe somebody else has been telling you what to do. I mean, I've got to be really careful when I say this, but, you know, it can be from just listening to too much on the internet, you know, like too many readings. And I'm not going to put anyone out of business, but, you know, I find myself doing it sometimes. You can end up with so many opinions. You start listening to what they're saying and you kind of create it, because if it's something you want, you know, it's great, isn't it? But then if it's something you don't want, you can worry about it then, and you can still manifest it. So remember, if this doesn't resonate with you, then it may resonate more in your moon or your rising sign or completely next week. Okay, these are messages from spirit, but the energy is good. Listen to your truth. Okay, that's the main point. Make changes that are good for your overall fulfillment and security. Now, there may be something that you're not sure about where relationships are concerned. You may be like, it's like one day you like it, the next day you don't. You know, maybe you have a date with someone, it's good, the next time you don't, and you're just in two minds. I feel like you're going to make a decision about that, and I do see new beginnings coming. Again, fate showing you the peace of mind, so you're not constantly juggling the reasons why. You know, maybe you've been on your own for a while and thinking, oh my God, you know, maybe it's because of this, maybe it's because of that, and you're like tossing all these different ideas around, and then you realize that it wasn't any of that, and you know, it's nothing to do with anything, it's just the way it is. Sometimes things are just what they are. So listen to yourself, listen to your soul calling. If something ends at work, or something is finished because you just don't want it anymore, know that that's a massive breakthrough in itself, because you've realized that you've only been doing this because you felt like that was the only way forwards. You know, and if you just go and enjoy, I just feel like if you're doing something you really love, you're going to get so much out of it. That will be a breakthrough in itself. You'll kind of see what's dead and done as well, you know. But it definitely feels like there's an end of a cycle here, and big changes happening, and a sense of stronger foundations coming. Sagittarius, lovely to talk to you today. Happy New Year to all my lovely Sagittarians out there. Now, this week is about a realization of a familiar pattern happening. Okay, loyalty is see that very, very clearly. There was definitely a new beginning energy around this week for you, and I feel an opportunity to get more security in your life, but this is all linked to mindset. If your mind isn't in the right place, then this is not going to resonate with you at all, okay? And I'm saying this really, really seriously, because it is, you know, we can all kind of say this is that and that is this, and you know, this has never happened before, and you know, abundance is this and that's right and that's wrong. But at the end of the day, if your core belief isn't there and you don't believe in what you're doing, you're not passionate about what you're doing, because that often actually pushes the belief, okay? So it goes beyond belief in a way. If you're really passionate about something, you'll do it anyway. If you really want something enough, you know, if you really are driven to do something, it doesn't matter what happened before. And I feel like this is a familiar pattern that you are dealing with. And I feel like this is loyalty to yourself in a way. It's like this is highlighting a part of yourself that doesn't believe you deserve. Okay, it's a really tiny piece of you that believes that for some reason, you know, you shouldn't have the best, or you don't want it to work out, only because, you know, and that's why you're putting up the block, or you're putting up the excuses or the avoidance to do something. Trust the loyalty in your relationships around you. If you are in a relationship, trust that right now. I feel like creativity is really, really important for you, Sagittarians. And where work is concerned, I feel anything done at home with someone you love, or working together as a partnership, is going to be really, really abundant. But you have to step into your tiger mindset. You really must let go of the negative feelings, or the, you know, the avoidance that is going on inside you, because I do feel it's something within you that is making you sad. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you've been going through a depression, you know, and that's what's causing you to doubt so much, or causing you to see things in the most manifesting and positive way possible. I do see Taurians around you. The sign of Taurus could be around you where work is concerned. And I'm also seeing a choice being made. Now, it could be a choice that the Taurian makes around you about two things they love, and they're going to be put into a position, or you are going to have to make the choice. And I talked about working at home with someone you love. It could be that you meet someone at love at work, but we'll go into that in a minute. It could be that, you know, it's either them or, you know, you kind of, you're getting to a point now where you got to trust, you know. It's like, if you don't, you're going to have to choose. It's either the work or the person or both, you know, that kind of thing. Because there seems to be, it could be that that particular person is having to choose between two people. Maybe you're up for a promotion with somebody. So let's take it away from the home now. And, you know, they're trying to, you're both good at it and they really are having issues with it, and it's a Taurian boss. Or it's somebody else you're up against is the Taurian. Or it's you're trying to decide what to do, because Taurus is very much about linked to security and money, and you're having to decide, do I do this and go forwards and just trust and work with somebody at home, or do I work from home? Because I mean, a lot of people are working from home. Do I start a new business at home, or do I just chase, you know, or just focus on what I have done, you know? And it could be that you're either looking at the money or the security, you know, you're looking at money as security, or you're looking at the love in your life. So it doesn't even have to be a person. The guidance that is coming through is that I kind of feel there isn't a choice. It's about all of it. It's everything. It's about finding that fulfillment in your life, in work, that will bring you the money that you're looking for, the security and the happiness at home, whether it's working from home or making a complete move. Maybe you're looking at making a move, literally moving house to be with somebody, and that means, you know, that's going to mean a change of work coming in, and it's like, well, do I choose the love for the person and make the move, or do I choose my job? What's the best option here? I do see positivity around it, and I feel like, again, this is about mindset generally. Now, relationships in general, like family, it could be partnerships, work, love, whatever, I do see a breakthrough here, okay? So there is a lot of positivity here. Again, I'm saying this is just an old pattern that needs to be worked through, and that things can turn around for the better. I feel like the wheel of karma is turning in your favour. It's very positive. And I do feel if you go for your dreams and you go for what you wish and you love for, you know, regardless of whether somebody seems responsible or not, but your heart is completely in it, then go for it. You know, I've got the unicorn here for you as well. That is showing that miracles can happen. But I feel like you've got to step outside your safety zone as far as relationships and family are concerned. Let go of the doubts, because I feel that is what's blocking progress where your connections with people are concerned. It could be just, again, it's you're protecting yourself. You've been feeling down of late. Maybe you have been literally depressed and not even known you've been depressed, okay? Depression comes in many forms, and I'm not a doctor, but I'm saying, you know, if you are really depressed, you probably wouldn't even know it, okay? You probably just think, well, and your mindset's all over the place. Consider right now, you know, again, take it right back to basics, take everybody out of the equation, all the influences, who you're letting down, who you're doing this for, who, you know, think about what you really want. And I think if you start from that and what the dream is and what you're passionate about, and if you're really passionate about something, go for it. Okay, simple as that, because I really see it's going to pay off. But I feel you're getting to the point now where it's kind of like make or break, you know, it's like, it's got to be dealt with, because it could mean, you know, it could either mean that you lose somebody that you love, or something that you love, or, you know, I don't want to focus on the loss, because I think that's probably what you're focusing on anyway. But, you know, it's like, what is your life without a person or without a job? What's most important? And like I say, take the money out of it, because security comes from inside. And yes, miracles do happen, guys. Hello Capricorn, and a happy new year to you. Now this week I have got 3 times major shifts around the home. It could be moving home, it could be moving jobs, or moving home to move to a job. I've got expansion, I've got security and celebration. But there's also from, let's not use the word negative, but it's kind of coming from everything falling into place, and the realization that is what has been causing you stress where your relationships and connections are concerned. What I feel is that you've kind of letting other people play your tune. Now this is very, very a big reflection of the main reading, so do go and listen to that if you get a chance, because it is all about that sense of the puppeteer, you know, realizing who has been pulling our strings. And for you, I feel this has actually been causing you illness. It's actually coming out physically in sickness. It's that sense that you're kind of doing what other people want, or you're letting somebody else influence what you do. And loyalty to the self is absolutely key this week where love and relationships are concerned. You're just carrying too much and it's weighing you down, and you're juggling all these things around, and you don't know what you want for the best and who you should do it for and who you shouldn't be letting down, and it is going round and round and round your head. And this week I'm seeing a piece of that puzzle falling neatly into place, and it's that realization of like, oh my God, you know, and suddenly everything feeling much more balanced. Now this could be because you make a move, you literally take a journey, you make a big shift, but again I'm seeing it around your home. It could be that you change your mind about a home or what you want to do. Maybe you want to move house, sell house, but everything is going to turn around in your favor. It's like, it's very good if that's what you're looking at, okay? In other words, there is a lot of luck around you, but I'm seeing also a lot of growth if you make that move. So you could be thinking about moving jobs, or again, moving house, or maybe going abroad and making changes internationally. And it's about being happy in your life. It's about your health being good, in, you know, your state of mind, your well-being overall. And I feel you're going to take leadership this week. Now again, some of this may not resonate with you, and you know, you may think, well, I don't know what I want to do, I want to, you know, well, if that's the case and you're still kind of juggling things, realize that you are probably listening to other people's opinions too much, or you're taking in other, you know, you're putting other people first before yourself, and it's time to grab hold of the responsibility yourself. Now I do have the sign of Capricorn here for you as well overall, which shows that this could be a long upward steep hill climb, but you do, you know, you do have the endurance for it, you do have the strength, and if you persevere you will get to the end of it. And I feel like you're going to feel that way as well. You know, it's like, no, do you know what I'm going to do? So I'm going to make it work. It's time to stop thinking about what everyone else wants. There seems to be an issue around career, around, again, it could be two houses. It could be that you work from home so you can work internationally, you know, you can expand more that way, or you know, you get a job which means you're moving home as well, or maybe you get a sale of a house. You've got two houses and you decide to sell a house, so that you can have more fun in your life and you can celebrate. But there's definitely big shifts here for you, and I do feel that whatever you've been missing, and a lot of it is doubt. It's your own doubts, your own stuff that you've been carrying and listening to what other people are saying. It's getting you down. And I tell you, if you start feeling physically sick, ill from this, and I'm not saying don't go to a doctor, because that's always a good option if you're worried about your health, but I do feel it's actually causing that kind of anxiety in you, which is coming out in physical illness. Hello Aquarius. So this week, oh, Happy New Year by the way. This week there could be some sudden changes, particularly around your work area. This is very much to do with divine timing, so trust that. I feel that this is all linked to some kind of upset or stress you've been dealing with. Maybe some physical illness as well is going to come to light this week. I do see a lot of issues around your health area. I am seeing positivity though, and a sense of peace of mind. Maybe you've been worrying about a health issue and you suddenly work out what it is. And yeah, it could just be your state of mind. It could be just some like small allergy, or maybe you get some good results after all. Or just understand what was stressing you out really and causing you more angst, and then you realised, you know, I'm actually getting something, and they're showing me like a peanut, and I'm not saying it's a peanut allergy, but definitely something that maybe you are putting in your system, or a seed or something that you've eaten, and it's just something you're intolerant to all of a sudden, or you are actually have a very slight allergy to. not a doctor, so do go to doctors, okay, and don't just listen to what I've said. Some of this won't resonate with you, but it does feel that this is one of those weeks where you start linking up your general well-being. You're connecting the dots to why something has been stressing you out or hasn't worked out, and actually it's linked to progress as well. Now, I saw sudden changes at work here. Now, this could be you're suddenly released from work, something suddenly ends. I'm actually seeing expansion from this, so I don't feel like this is like you're being laid off particularly. It could just be that suddenly you get that opportunity that you want, and you can finally put your mind at rest and things become more positive. I just feel there could be relationships that kick off at work, or if you have time out, you can connect more with the people that you love, okay, or you can reconnect with somebody in love as well. So don't look anything that changes at work, see it as expansive, okay, because it will expand somewhere in your life in some way. Now, it could be that you just have to you have to take time off, you're on sick leave, but actually it will strengthen your love life in some way or another. Now, there is what I feel a karmic change coming for you, and this is to do with patterns in your life, of you finding some positivity around a familiar pattern that's been happening around your work and financial life. And this is something that you've been at two minds at, maybe it's just you don't know what you like, you don't know what you want to do, you're not sure whether something's good for you or not. But it seems to be something that's happening a lot, in your life, and suddenly something happens. Again, there's these sudden changes that kind of help you realise what is good for you, Again, we're talking at general well-being here. Now, as far as love is concerned, relationships, family relationship, partnerships, I'm seeing that, again, well-being, it seems to be the issue, and that it could be a long, enduring climb in some respects to get things back on track with somebody, or you may be friends, maybe a lover, maybe it's you getting yourself back to normal. Maybe you have been suffering ill health anyway. We're talking about general well-being and getting back out there, and rebuilding something or starting networking again. Yes, it could be a steady climb. It could be a long journey ahead of recuperation. Maybe it's somebody else who is recuperating around you. But I do see success and I do see positivity, so do let go of your doubts. You're going to feel more confident about things, I feel, where love is concerned. Just more confident in yourself. It's like you may be changing up your appearance. You may be thinking, okay, I'm actually better than I thought, and actually I want more than that. And I do see things flowing better for you, and a lot of support and love and strength around you within your relationship sector. So, if you have been ill or, partner's been ill or something, no, I do feel things are going to start looking up for you. And any sudden changes around your working life or financial situation will work out. It actually will be better for you in the long run. Hello, Pisces. Happy New Year. Now, the energy for you this week is kind of up and down. You could be in two minds about something. You could be at odds with somebody. There's some irregularities, especially around your relationships. Something could just feel a struggle or a battle. Maybe you're just finding it hard to find someone that you want, or you're shutting someone out and they're trying to get in, or, you're wanting something to work and somebody isn't listening to your side of things. There's definitely a new perspective coming for you this week, and I really feel you shouldn't be listening to gossip. Listen to yourself, and if necessary, just put yourself first, really. Just take leadership, take control of the things in your life this week, of what you want, even if that means ending something. Forget about what anyone else thinks at this point, because you don't need to battle anymore, but a new perspective is needed. And it may feel like a long journey to take, or something that's more difficult. If you've been in a relationship a long time, I know this sounds very similar to a few other signs I was talking to, but I do feel it's reminiscent of the main reading, where you find that you're kind of being influenced by things around you and what people think, and maybe someone else has been pulling your chain a little bit or controlling you, and you realize that, you know, it's not what you want, it's not making you happy, and it's causing blocks in your life. You know, at the end of the day, it might be a big move to make, it might be a big change that is necessary, and an ending might feel like huge, but in the long run it's going to give you a much better perspective of life and bring you more growth, and especially around love and relationships. Okay, it could be that you've just been wanting to be with someone for so long and they haven't, you know, it's just turning into a big struggle. It's easier to just stop, you know. Whatever it is causing you pain, it's causing you sadness, and I feel like something is backfiring, or you're being shown that something is hurting you in order for you to move forwards. Now in work, I've got some excitement by some big change that's coming in your life. You could suddenly get an amazing offer that you never would have believed, you know, something major happens. And again, this could cause an argument with a partner, because that could mean that, you know, maybe you were at home with a new baby and you suddenly get a promotion and you've got an opportunity to do that, and you want to get a nanny in, you know, or it's going to change things up at home, and your partner doesn't want that of you, you know, or doesn't agree, or maybe it means moving away. I don't see travel as such, but it might mean that you don't get to be with the person as much, or you've got more hours, that kind of thing. Let go of the doubts again, because I feel that's the thing that keeps coming in, and maybe someone else is going, oh, you know, I wouldn't do that, or should do that. I feel like whatever is coming in, this is lucky change for you, something that could come in writing, which is linked to money as well, could come, which will give you more security. Again, I feel like this is around your work sector. This isn't like a bonus coming in as such, you know, somebody sending you a check. This is more about within your career field. And the thing is that whatever happens this week, I feel like it is pushing away the anxiety. You're finally going to let go of something that has been causing, you know, has been causing you a lot of grief. I'm getting issues around the knee area and leg area, and feel that once you've offloaded everything, or you've released this, you know, this struggle or battle that you've been carrying, again, it could be relationships, just general, could be work, but suddenly that becomes better, because suddenly you're carrying less burdens, and you realize that that's where you've been carrying the pain a bit. So be aware of physical body stuff, but you know, it could be that you know, suddenly you just have a massive argument at work. You know, this is the sudden change, by someone's been doubting you, but I'm getting excitement around it. You know, I feel like this is good. I'm not seeing you being sad. I'm not seeing you, you know, crying into your soup and worrying about it. It's just that other people could put something in your head, so be aware of that. So if you like a private reading, just get on down to the website, but otherwise have a wonderful week, everybody who's listening, and take good care of yourself. Speak soon.